Well, hello, my mad scrappers. We're going to see if I can pull off a quick Halloween card. I want to get like one or two done before there's no more time to do any Halloween cards, just because I'm in a Halloween mood. That's it. That's the only reason. So I pulled out a bunch of Anna Griffin stuff because I'm also in an Anna Griffin mood because I'm prepping. I'm cutting for Create 10, excuse me. So I've already got 2 days worth of prep done already. Yay, me and Oceanside. So, but I wanted to take a break from that, but I'm still feeling Anna Griffin, so I wanted to pull out a bunch of this stuff that I've had. I mean, these are, I think, from last year. I think I got these last year. This one, I can't remember if I got this year, last year. The paper, the same when I got it. These, I don't care to try to even begin to admit how long I've had this ephemera, but this is, I'm like, when was the last time anybody saw this kind of packaging for Anna Griffin? If I haven't had this for almost 10 years, I haven't had it a day. So I've had a while. I'm like, you know what? Gosh darn it. It's about time it saw the light of day and I could dust it off. So I'm going to make a card. So I have an idea of the paper. I'm definitely pulling out, I pulled out a piece of gold, and what I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to use this outside frame or just the inside oval, because I do know for a fact that I want to focus on this Miss Witchy Poo here. So she's my evil plan. I mean, either her or her. But I think I'm leaning towards her right now. But who knows? You know, the night is young. I could change my mind. So what I'm going to do very quickly is find my cardstock that I'm going to use, cut it down so I have a card front 5x7 along with an A7 card, and then cut this down and then decide what I'm going to use my Empress with, and then pick my thingamajigger from here. All right, so give me a couple of minutes. I am going to be right back. Hey, I'm back. I've cut down my cardstock down to a 5x7, and I already scored it because I don't need to show you how to do that. You guys should know how to do that. I cut down my piece of paper to 5x7. Now, I cheated somewhat, and I don't know if I'll keep doing this. I just wanted to conserve paper for whatever insane reason. So I just measured it out, 5x7, drew a line with my pencil, and then cut it with my craft knife. Of course, there I did a little scrub there, but it's on this paper, not here. So it ended up working okay. Will I do it again? I don't know. But I saw, I think Anna herself did it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's give this a whirl. So that's okay. I think I'll keep doing it. We'll see. You know, it's going to be a card by card thing. So I've pulled out my almost new magnetic mat. I mean, you've seen some. I mean, I busted this out on Friday when I started cutting for Create 10. So I mean, this one still looks really, really good. My big one, but for the big mat, oh boy, you wouldn't be, I mean, it's still in great shape, don't get me wrong, but you wouldn't know it was brand spanking new with the amount of cutting I did for Create 10. So, but anyway, so I'm going to use, I'm not sure what I'm going to use. So I'm going to do, since I'm going to do some extra cutting here. So I'm going to go ahead. If I use the spider webbing, I'm only going to use the outside frame. And if I choose to use this one, I'm only going to use the outside frame, because otherwise, I mean, if I leave this will all be solid, and I'm going to block out, and I want some of that paper to be visual. I mean, I know that Anna put 17 layers on things, and you don't see that piece of paper that you put on the bottom, but it's really cool paper. So I want it to be seen, so I will only put 15 layers. You know, it's like, oh. And there you go. That's the evil plan as it stands. So I'm going to layer these two because this will only give me this part here, which is what I want. Now, if I cut that out while I'm at it, I may as well cut this piece out of the center because it'll leave this centerpiece all by itself. What am I going to do with it? It's kind of, I mean, although it is a pretty shape, so I can leave it. I'm going to leave it in for right now and make a decision later what I do with it, because I may use it for another card. So now that I've got that all set up, we are going to run it through. I'm running it with my plates, my magnetic mat, and I left the shim in. So that means I'm only going to run it once. If I take the shim out, I then I run it twice. I run it backwards and forwards, because that gives you the embossing. When you add the shim in, it gives you the embossing. I mean, it was something that was being brought up. I forget where, and it's like most of us don't use the rubber. My embossing, I don't think I've ever used my embossing mat for the Empress, just because, and look how beautiful. And this is why I don't need to. So I have all of these. We'll pull these out real quick, and I have these beautiful, look at that. I can, you know, it just comes right off the mat. I don't have anything to poke out. Oh, I have a couple of little pieces there was probably left from the last project I cut. And I have this, and I have, see, I forgot. I didn't need that. Now I have this little piece of paper. I forget that this piece, right, has an inner cut. This is not the first time I do this. That is the sad truth in my life. It's like, oh my goodness, Maya, really? But there you go. And I have this piece. So, and that's going to be tossed. It won't get used. And I have all these little chadlets that I'm going to very quickly scrape into my trash, which is like really, really full already. Holy mackerel. Because I've been playing with a lot of paper. And most of it is not even going into the trash. It is going onto the floor. There you go. So, alrighty. So we'll put that. I don't know why I'm throwing it on here because I am done with cutting now. It's time to make a decision. We all know how quickly I come to a decision. Alrighty. So we have our card here. Let me just do a little bit of playing. So this was my thought, and I may stay with this idea because you still see this. So I have, oh, excuse me, 1 second. I am so sorry, guys. I have some, I'm just all kinds of allergic right now. Do I want to ink or, so my options, and I'm almost tempted of leaving both in because they look really cool. But let's, whoops, pull out my witch and decide which. You knew I had to go there, okay? I just had to. I'm just going to slice this top off and do to this what I do to everything. And which will mean I take the, you know, it's not like I need to save the tag because this stuff is so old. It's like, it's the only place I'm going to find it if I want to buy more is it somebody like crazy like me hung on to it and I find it on eBay for something crazy expensive. I don't even know what I paid for this back in the day. But anyway, so I can now pull this out if I can get a grip on it. Oh my goodness. There we go. So we have that. We have this. Now I have these two and I wanted to incorporate one of them. And I'm really thinking, and I wanted to have some gold standout, although this one looks cuter. I was going to sacrifice this one because I'm going to put in something on top of it. And if you notice, I was going to have to take it apart. My evil plan was to take it apart, although this one looks more centered. So there you go. So whichever side. So I have to make a decision, but now thinking about it, because look, this, and both of them, both sides are not equal. They're not centered. So whoever put this one together did not do a great job. So I figured I might sacrifice this one because I'm going to put something on top of it so you won't be able to see the circle that's out of wonk. So now, having made that sumo decision, I mean, this is what we're looking at. I wasn't going to put that, I definitely wasn't going to put that in the center. I may use both of these just because I can. And now it's about, we're back to which. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to pull this one off and hopefully I don't regret that decision. And do I put that one? I can just lay her down. So I think I can because then I've got to select my, okay, let's slide this over to the side because now I have to, and I want to use this one, Best Witches for a Happy Haunting. So, and here again, now that I think about it, I've got some orange in here. And up until this point, I didn't have any. I'm going with all the blacks and grays. So that means let's take a peek. Where did I just put them? Hello. Oh, they're right in front of me. Good Lord. Maybe I don't even have to worry about sacrificing. Maybe I use an orange one just for that extra punch of color. So let's see, guys. Let's see what I do. So we can go here with that, and it almost will look like almost like our moon. And then we have our little sentiment piece here. Oh my goodness. So let's pull that out. And I think place it right there. And I honestly think we have a card. So I think I could start putting things up and putting things together. So now that I have made a decision, and we all know, I mean, I'm amazed that I've made a decision that fast. But that's part of the lovely thing about Anna Griffin is that she gives you such great stuff to work with that you can make a decision. So I'm just going to go way around, and I am slowing down how I go so that I actually can tape a straight line, and I'm not like some drunken fool. I'm just a plain fool, okay? Not a drunken fool. A regular fool is fine. We'll put that right here for right now. Let me put my card, yay, in. Which way am I going to go? I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. And I just line it up. When I do these and I do it full face, then I line up the bottom and I line up against the folded edge. That way, if I have to trim anything off, that end, the non-folded ends are the easy ones to pull off. but it's a perfect fit. So now what I have to decide is, I think I'm just going to glue this straight down. There's a part of me that would really like to pop it up, but this is not, actually I will because I forget. Hello, it took me a second. I have these. So hang on a second. I'm going to apply these to the back and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my little mess here. I have my frame. I've already put on both of these. I've added my 1/8 tape, and it's a little, I think it might show a little bit, and we're just going to have to deal with it because to fix it, I'll be here for 3 more days, and I just don't want to be here for 3 more days. So I'm going to go ahead and start. What I'll do, which is what I normally do, is I pull up a little bit, so it gives me a little bit of wiggle time to, I don't pull it all the way up because otherwise then I'm like, wah! Trying to go crazy. Getting it straight. And if you take a leap of faith and do it that way, trust me, at least if you are me, the Mad Scrapper, it's always an epic fail. So I have learned. And see, in turning this around, because I was actually able, whoops, to do the wavy thing. And this tape is my, it's like it from scrapbook.com. And I buy it in the packages and strips like that. And I really, really like it. So this is one of my splurges where I go off the beaten path when I talk to you about, don't pay too much for your tape. And it's not that expensive anyway to start with. It's forever on sale. So, but I really, really love it. So definitely, this is my go-to now for 1/8 inch tape. I don't feel, because what I like about it is that I'm not dealing with something curled up. It's all straight. Where did I just put it? Oh, it's right here. See, it's all in strips and straights, and you just cut it up. And of course, now I have it turned inside out, so I'm sorry. So, I mean, it's perfect. It's awesome. So there it is. That's my, my PSA. So now let's lay this down and kind of eyeball. Whoops. See, and one thing, a cheat to this that will also help is putting a little line of glue. And see this? Problem is I don't have much space. It came up a little. Oh, well, that, it's the paper, I think, that's visible. So let me not stress it. I think that what I'm seeing is the edge of the paper. And if I'm not, it is what it is, Again, people, I don't think anybody's going to go like, oh my gosh, I can see the tape underneath it. The person receiving that, I don't think. You want to do the best job you can, okay? But and absolutely, so it's not like, okay, it gives you license to be sloppy. But at the same time, let's not, overly obsess either. It's kind of like find that middle ground, okay? And maybe, and this might be like better, crafters than I might not be saying this. So, and there you go. There, you can watch them, but because I'm a big hot mess. So now we're going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to take, actually, it was right there. It just comes right off. And this, I am going to take a leap of faith. So actually, no, we are not going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to show you the other method. This is what else you can do that will buy you a little widget time when you're doing this. And that is grab your bottle of glue, make sure it's unclogged, because it's just usually I do this off camera before, so I'm wasting your time, but I didn't think this through. So, and just put a bead, put a line of glue, a bit of glue on it, because it won't let it, it actually adds to the glue down by the same token, but mostly is because it's slickery. It allows you to move it around, because this tape is unforgiving. Most of these adhesives are really good. So once it touches the paper, it's like, it wants to grab. But if you do this, then it buys you that little bit of extra widget time that numbnuts like me need. Alrighty, so now we grab our card back and we fiddly fart this in. The good thing is, because it's all meant to sit together, it comes together very easily. Whoops. And even though I'm getting some glue smears on it, again, because I'm using Barely Art, I'm also not terribly worried about it because it'll all dry matte. But look how pretty that is. I'm really pleased with this. But again, that was the point of how Anna designed these. They're designed to work nestled together beautifully. Just absolutely beautifully. Now we have and see, that solves right here. It solves part of my problem with visible tape, because I'm going to put that out there and it's kind of like my big orange moon. Now what I'm trying to decide, actually what I'm going to use, because it's stuck up, is I'm going to take a piece. I'm going to cut up a piece of this off, because this is about the same depth as that, and I'm going to use that to glue it. I am going to use we're going to have an orange moon. It's going to be a harvest moon, right? Isn't that what they call that? So I'm going to put it right here because this is my good old, 99-cent tape. This stuff sticks. It does its job. Let me just take that out. And then we're going to put that like up here in the upper corner. And I think that looks good enough. And then we have Witchy Poo. Now, Witchy Poo, I'm going to be honest with you, I am concerned about her because this is a sticker I've had for nigh on 10 years. I do not know how long she's going to stay on. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've pretty much got her placement and I have this one, I just want to make sure. I'm going to put that right here in the bottom corner. So I have her placement. I'm at the very least going to put some glue. Oops, maybe I should take the pen out. What do you think? I'm going to squirt some glue on right here because this is where she's going to lay. And even if other places she doesn't stay glued down, this will dry and hold her in place. And then with luck, she actually does survive the zombie apocalypse. I don't know. Do zombies like cards? I don't know. These are the thoughts that goes through a mad scrapper's head. But there we go. So we put her down. I'm going to make sure she's good and glued right there. And I missed a little bit so I can see some schmutz, which on a place where it is kind of shiny, you definitely want to pick it up. So I'm picking it up right now because it wipes right off real. That's the lovely thing about Anna's cardstock. So yeah, you can see it. I just wanted to look up on it and see that it is straight. So I can actually now, I'm going to let this back. I can hold it in place. What I'm also going to do is I can put a little line, a couple of little lines right here on the ridges. And that will hold her in place right there. And again, I went too wide. So I'm going to grab that little schmutz, but I'm going to hold her in place there and there. And that should help keep her adhered to the card. Because the older, I'm going to be honest with you, Anna Griffin's newer stickers definitely stick a lot better than the older ones used to. So the older ones, I didn't trust them at all. I was always putting glue down. So now I have this sticker to put down, and I have, oh look, a little bit of a floofle one right there. Let me have a nail file. Can you guys see that? So you see that little piece right there? That's bothering me. So obviously it was a punch out that wasn't well. They didn't, didn't take care in punching it out. So how do you solve that problem? You take your nail file. That's why I always have nail files in my desk. I have less than I used to because Mom keeps losing her nail files, so I keep giving her mine. So suddenly I find myself in a nail file shortage. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same, and see, I can see it right here too. And those things bother me. Is somebody going to say something or notice? I don't know. So here I'm telling you about other things that I'm being kind of sloppy on, and then I'm obsessing over these little things. So I am nothing but, a hot mess of, contradictions. So, alrighty. So I'm going to put some glue right here because I know that's where the sticker is going to hit. And then right here. And that's going to help this stick down. Right? Yes. And I'm going to hold it down. And, there you go, guys. And again, this is the point. If you want to make a quick card, this is the lovely thing about Anna Griffin products, is how well. And here, and of note, the one thing that now I have to admit to you guys is your Dingledorf Mad Scrapper here forgot that she needs to stamp this on the inside. So we need to find a sentiment. And now I've got all this dimension on it, which is going to add to the level of difficulty. So let's see how well she does. Hang on a second. Let me pull a stamp. Okay, I confess I cheated. I am partially cheated because you have to save yourself somehow. And I remember, I'm a hoarder. I've been hoarding this stuff. So I have also been hoarding this package of Anna Griffin ephemera from the Dark Ages as well. And look what is inside of it. There's my sentiment for the inside of my card. But I forgot that I did not stamp the back, which I always put, something handmade, one of my stamps. So I'm going to at least, do that real quick, which is easily done because one, I have a Misty, and two, I can work, I can pull this card actually all the way off, almost off the edge. So I should be able to, let's see, let's make sure that this in theory works. It might be problematic, so I may have to literally do this. Let's go. There we go. Is go over the edge a little bit, and then I should be able to close it. Yeah, now I think I'll be able to close it. Okay. So I grabbed my little stamp. Let me make sure it is right side up. It is a snarky one. I felt, there we go. I haven't used this one in quite a while, and I felt that the witchy one was the appropriate card to be snarky with. So I'm going to straighten it out and press it, and that looks pretty good. So let me just ink it up, and that's one of the things I've got to show you guys. This new card I got that I love it. I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm still fiddling, farting where I put stuff, but it has put a lot of stuff much more handier, and it has allowed me to clear space off this desk, which I have limited space. And I would have more space if I didn't have so many plants, but we've had this conversation before. I refuse to get rid of my plants, so. And there it is. This is my little snarky stamp. And it says, this card was made by hand. If you throw it away, those same hands will make a doll in your image and stick pins in his butt. And there you go. I have had this one for forever. I know who, but I felt that the Halloween stamp was the perfect one. And yes, you just saw me take and do a red rubber stamp with a bleachy wipe. Sue me. There you go. Yes, I do things that most people bring like, you can't do that. I do. Because you know me, I march the beat of my own hatter. And put that there because, oh my gosh, now it is super handy. And this came out of, I don't know where it came out of. But now all I have to do is, I'm going to go ahead and dimensionalize this because it's my card and because I can. So you know me, I do all kinds of things that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. And that's okay. And hence, this is why it's all about the madness. So I'm just going to put that down right here real quick. And then I'm going to cut just another smaller piece and put it right underneath it. And I eyeballed it. And boy, I was calling it pretty good. I'm kind of impressed with myself. I'll put that there, put my scissors away so I can actually find them when I'm looking for them. And I'm just going to grab my bone folder and put that in. Kind of press it down, burnish it. That's the word I was looking for that I couldn't think because I swear my brains have drained out my nostrils. My allergies have been off the hook today. So I apologize for all the sniffling you have heard me do. Trust me, every time I take a break, I blow my nose and I've taken allergy pills. If I take any more, I'm going to be in a coma snoring during this video. So we don't want that. So now all I got to do is put that, and I think that looks pretty darn tootin' good. Smash. And there, my friends, is your quickie card. I don't know, maybe this is a 1 hour video, so I don't know. I haven't been timing myself. But there you go. This is just putting together all kinds of different stuff that I have bought. This is not one card kit, okay? It's not a Halloween card kit. This is just all kinds of stuff that I've been collecting here and there to put cards together because I am trying to get away from buying more card kits. And what I'm trying to use is to use up what I'm trying to do is use up some of the stuff I have as opposed to buying more. Not that that stops me, but, you know, there are limits. So hopefully this is a bit inspirational to you and tells you to go look and grab stuff that you have and make use of it. And if you enjoyed it, had some fun with me, then by all means, guys, give me a thumbs up, drop me a note. If you want to see more of this madness, because God only knows what I'm going to come up with next, okay, people? You never know. It could be a surprise. Then subscribe and ring that bell because I will be back. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go. So, hey, go out there and craft. Make something beautiful or something silly or something fun. But always remember that what you make and what you give brightens someone's day. So go out there, make a difference with your craft. And as always, in this channel, remember, we are all a little mad here. So come on, let's craft the madness together, okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye!